What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It is me, Travis Olson. Today we're recording another fan in my collection. A new one, yes. I just got this a few days ago. Came in the mail. It was a birthday gift, so pretty cool. And it was from eBay, so you probably saw this fan on eBay. And yeah. So pretty nifty. Sorry if the recording's a little weird. I'm using an iPad that isn't mine because I don't have, so it's gonna be a little weird. For some reason, this thing zooms in so far. I'm actually like 10 feet away, and this thing zooms in. It looks like I'm like 5 feet away. So, yeah. So sorry if the audio sounds weird or if anything sounds weird. I'm not using my normal recording stuff. So, let's get into this video. So, I got this fan off eBay from a relative. They had surprised me because we had been talking about maybe a fan option. This was before I ended up with a lot of fans here. And a fan thing for my birthday, cause, I found a P-23 and I tried to buy that, but the seller was being, a piece of crap. And we hit the make offer button and he just kind of like didn't, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. He was just being like a piece of trash. But anyway. So, I was supposed to get a P-23, but thanks to the seller, I never did. So, I talked to my relative, I'm like, well, what else can we get? And I found this little fan here, so I'm like, here, I'll just send it to them. They replied, they said, oh, someone must have bought it. So, on the day of my birthday, they came over and they had printed out something that said, like, thank you for your purchase. And they basically surprised me and said, they're like, oh, when we said someone bought it, that someone was us. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I ended up getting the fan. I had no idea. So, here it is. Kind of a weird story. Sorry if that didn't make any sense. I'm not good at explaining things. So, enough said. Let's get to the fan itself. It did come with the original box. So, we have to look at that as well. Now, this is weird because this is the first time on this channel that I actually looked at one of the vintage fan boxes. Because like I said, my P-23 came with the original box, but one of my other relatives threw it away. Like my parents or someone, probably, I think they threw it away. So, because of that, it was gone. So, but the good thing for this fan is that box, I'm going to keep an eye on it, make sure no one throws it away on accident. And I'm at my grandparents, so no one can really touch it. That's going to be done. So, here we go. Talk about the box first, kind of like how Bill Mitchell does it. So it's got Lakewood on it right here. This is the weird like 80s logo, but not 80s. It's not the cursive one. It's like the weird octagonal logo thing. It's a model number C-122. Now you're probably thinking, well, what's the difference between C-122 and C-122X? Well, X is the model that doesn't come with the stand. So if you got a C-122X, the box looked the same, but all this green would be in orange, and the fan would not have a stand here. It would just be sitting there. I think Bill Mitchell has one just like that, so if you're curious, he has one, the X model, which does not come with the stand. So, there you go. It says 12 inch. 12 inch is a lie. I did measure the fan from here to here, and it measures 14 inches. They might mean 12-inch blade. So, retrospect, this fan is 14 down, 14 across, and then from here to the back is 6 inches. So, that's the dimensions. I don't know why they say 12 inch. It's kind of like the 20-inch box fans. They say 20 inch, but the fans are actually 22 by 22 by 6. So it's kind of like, what? But I think they mean like the blade size is whatever. So I don't know. So, 12-inch 2-speed portable fan with attached tilting stand. Yeah, I can see that. Oh yeah, I love this part. Rounded corners, not squared, not sharp, child safe. Because apparently too many kids were running into a bunch of S-53s and getting hurt. So now thanks to that, they quit making the square fans. Thanks, children of the 70s, running into fans. Made in the USA, obviously, because it still runs. If it was anywhere else, it would be crap. That's a breeze to keep cool this summer. Yep, it is. I have many fans, so there's many breezes to keep cool this summer. Let's look at the top. Fragile. This side up. Then it has, the normal whatever. I like the little diamond here. I think they use these on the desk fans. I think they put the little diamond in the middle, which is cool. Here's a number. I don't know what the heck that is or what it's for. I think it's a sticker. the sticker. I feel it. This box was cleaned carefully. So, I don't know why I just said that. It doesn't really matter. 12-inch, 2-speed fan. I love how they have that in the green. So here's the side. Blah, blah, blah. I love how you have the UL listing on here. Like, okay, thank you for telling me it's safe. The back is the exact same as the front, and I think the side is the same. Except there's a sticker here. I don't know what this says. I'm about to find out. Where is that? Oh, here we go, right here. Rickle! And this is thank you underneath. Thank you, Rickle. Well, let me tone this down. Rickle, thank you. So I don't know if Rickle's a store. I never heard of Rickle, obviously, because I wasn't alive in the 80s, but if you're a collector and you know what Rickle is, please tell me, because I'm curious to know. Put this around here. Yeah, props to me. I actually fit the box and the fan here. I just had to put that lamp on the floor. So now we've seen the box. We've seen all of its glory. Now let's see the fan and its glory. So, this was already cleaned and worked on. The restoration video kind of became a mess. I worked on it yesterday, but I wasn't able to record any of it, so whatever. But I do have the unboxing recorded. So me opening the fan has been recorded, and me first time running the fan has been recorded, but the restoration has kind of been like a fart. So, I don't know. Here's the top. I like this because I could just tilt it and I don't have to do what I normally do and hold the fan. So this has got the Lakewood metallic brown sticker, which is weird. Again, this, I never said this. This fan's from 1984. That's what the motor says. So this is around that time they would start using these weird stickers because from 81 to 83, I believe they used the sparkly stickers. I'm not sure if they used sparkly stickers on this model, but I know on the 20-inch fans they definitely did. It's reflective. It's hard to find where it reflects off of something because otherwise it just looks brown. I think right here you can see a little bit of reflection of the knob here. And then there's the low, high, off. Lakewood 2-speed. This is the weird tiny handle. They used this handle in the early 70s all the way up until the mid 80s. This is one of the last fans to use them, literally. I think around 85 or 86 they quit making these fans, and they also quit making those handles. So this is probably one of the oldest Lakewood things that still is used besides the knob into the mid-80s. I think the oldest Lakewood thing for a fan that's been from like the whatever 70s to the 80s was the knob. Because they used the same knob model since the 70s all the way up until like the early 90s. So there's a little fun fact. There's the front grille. This is actually the back grille. The front grille had 2 missing slats, so I swapped them. Also, there's a crack here that had to be super glued, and then I put tape over it. And then there's another chip down here that got completely filled with super glue. Because the super glue I have, it kind of turns into like a plastic. Whenever I get the time, I'll take this to my other grandparents' house, and we'll plastic weld that together. Because that works better. Here's the thing. There's the stand. This is just a little knob with a rubber thing, and it just screws inside. There's no nut or anything. It just screws in, screws out. Here's the other side. Let's get some smudges there, and that's about it. The cord still comes out the bottom. It's one of the only fans at the time that have cords coming out the bottom. On the top, there seems to be some sort of writing. It says Jack McNard or something. Kind of a funny name. Anyway, let's go on the inside. That is not rust, it's just paint that isn't there. Because Lakewood, as we all know, Lakewood doesn't normally do a good job painting the inside of their fans, because as you can see, there's paint missing there. So, model C-122, 1.4 amps, blah blah blah, 606012, or 60612. This is the later area code. I believe in the late 70s, they switched the area codes from 60607 to 60612. Don't ask how I know that, because I don't even know myself. But get up to the bottom here. So there is one little missing paint / rust spot right there. It has been taped, so it doesn't come in contact with anything. The feet, I'm impressed. The feet are not deteriorated. Normally these fans, the feet are chipping away and deteriorating, but these are pretty good. They used to be rubber, now they feel like plastic because they're hardened. It's like having an old eraser that, you know, you go to erase and it just smears everywhere, doesn't do anything. It's like that. The screws are all silver. Now, they didn't use the normal brass screws. They normally use the brass ones. Which, maybe not all fans, but most of my Lakewoods have the brass screws. It's got a mini Fastco motor right here. This motor advertises 1.3 amps. I did run it on kilowatt meter, and it runs 1.1 on high, so it's a little bit slow. Not sure why. I have oiled this motor 2 different times with Zoom spout, not the regular 3-in-1 stuff, so it should be a little bit better. Let's read what this says. Connection diagram, so that's basically just the wiring, what the colors are. Oil every 6 months, that's how you know it's Fastco, because no one else tells you that. And it's got 1.3 amps. The date code is on the side here, OM84. Sorry if you can't see that, I'm trying my best. So, I tried to figure out what the OM mean. I do not know. If you guys know what the OM is, tell me. M isn't actually a month, because I know the letters usually, like A is January, B is February, right? Well, when I put them on paper, M happened to be the 13th month, which obviously doesn't exist because there's 12 months in a year. So L is the last month, which I think L is December or something. So M isn't actually a month. So I don't know what the heck that's about, and I don't know what the O means either, because O is also not a month either. So for now, I'm just going to say 1984. I don't know the month. This used to be the front grille. It's got 2 slats missing. And it was also a lot dirtier, so I'm like, you know what, I'll make it the back grille, plus it was more yellowed. So that is now the back grille. Now what's weird is it has the side brace, which they used from the 70s. But it's weird because these clips, for some reason, my fan came like this. The clips are off. Like, you can open them to take the wires out. The older ones, like my Wells Royal from 1972, those are like welded shut, so I'm not sure what that was about. Then I'll try to show you the stand. The stand has a little hole in the bottom for whatever reason. The feet still look okay. They're obviously a lot more wear and tear because this fan was more used on its stand than itself. Sorry for making this video long. It's just, you know, between that and the box and the story. So there you go. It's got the plastic blades. I tried to get these blades off. I cannot. I don't know how the heck they come off. I didn't want to break them or anything, but they don't come off. So if you guys know how to get those off, let me know. Here's high. Now I happen to just have a decibel meter to measure sound. 66 decibels around about. Starting to low. No, 42. I'm maybe like 5-6 feet away from the fan. Now if I get a little bit closer, right up against the fan, this is the better way to test it. So right off the fan is 66, I go high and test this. 84 decibels. So just for retrospect, me talking is around 70 decibels. And dead silence is around 35 decibels. So there's a little bit of a comparison. Good spin down time. I should do say so myself. What was I going to say? Something about the Wells Royal. Oh, yes. So you know the stand on this fan? So I have an old C-122 from 1972 that did come with the stand at some point. I don't have it. So I figured maybe I could try to put this stand on that fan because they're both you know, the 12 or whatever 14 inches. And this one, these screws on here are too small for that other fan. So this stand only works with these models from the later 80s. It does not work with the old 70s ones. I don't know why. I think the stand would work, but these knobs are the wrong knobs and they don't work. So just a little something for there. So what else? I think this is the 23rd fan in the collection. That's another interesting thing. And this, the only fan in the collection is of now to have a box, which is really cool. So I'm very, very happy with this fan. I was actually supposed to get this fan, and or one like it, I should say, not this particular one. I was supposed to get a C-122X back in like Christmas of 2020, going into 2021, but I ended up buying my Edison instead because the Edison popped up out of nowhere, and it was the same price. It was $90. Same price as the C-122X that I wanted to buy. And the Edison, I'm like, you know what, this is more rare and I like it more, so I just bought that instead. So I was supposed to get a fan like this like a year or two ago, and I never did. So I ended up with this one later on. So it was worth the wait. I mean, I got a stand and I got the box, so that's, and it got good condition. So I don't know what else I could want. Another thing to mention, for some reason this fan, the motor gets hotter than the other. My Wells Royal has a GE motor, and even after running overnight, I was stupid enough to just see how hot the motor was and just touched it. And it was very warm, but it definitely was not hot. Like, I could have left my finger on there and it didn't burn or anything. So, but this fan gets very warm, almost hot, after just like 20 minutes of running on low. Now, low on the kilowatt meter averages around 0.5 amps. So I'm not sure if these Fastco motors are supposed to get that hot and that's just the way they are, or if there's something I should be looking at. It has been oiled 2 times in the, whatever. So I don't know what that was about. I don't know if that's normal or not, but if you guys own these fans or know much more than I do, let me know. So yeah, I guess that concludes this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.